Hey, what's up, guys? We are right here live in, the studio. Welcome. It's Monday morning. Monday, March 2nd at 5 o'clock in, the morning. Hey, we have, the P4 running this morning. This is your morning wake-up call for Monday, March 2nd at 5 o'clock a.m. right here in, the studio. We're recording on the P4, the pod track P4. Let me give a little plug out there to, the company that makes, the podcast P4. That would be Zoom. Zoom out there makes the PodTrack P4. You can go find it over at PodTrack P4, or let's see, Zoom.com. Look for my mistake. Go to Zoom.com. That's www.zoom. And look for, the PodTrack P4. Personally, the version, I like, or the device I like is, the older compact model. Excuse me, now they've come out in 2026 with a new kind of more digital kind of model. But hey, that's okay. That's, everybody has a right to, whatever, kind of, P4 you want that's, good. But I prefer, and, my buddy Roller from Colorado, we prefer, the old model. We're kind of old school, but, I know you guys out there, you're saying you're old school, but you're doing a podcast, you're doing audio and video. That's not old school. Well, I know that's not old school. I didn't say we were all old school, Mainly we are, but we love, some more of the comforts of, today. Anyways, I wanted to jump on here. As I told you guys before, we're trying to grow, the YouTube page like we grew, the Facebook page. And, if you don't know about our Facebook page, you need to go over there and, check it out. Because, dude, guys, for every day for 3 years, I took and I was putting up video content, all that, which I, continue to do. However, today will not be one of those days. I won't be doing a live over in, the group today. I need to take Dad to the doctor for, eye surgery. Nothing major, just, they're fixing, his eyesight. It's all good to go. We took him last week, and this week, today they're doing, the other eye. Last week they did one eye. He healed, so he's coming back, having the other, eye done today. So anyways, that'll be cool. And, I didn't bring my headphones over to, his appointment last week. I don't know. I just forgot them. But this morning, after I get off here, I'll make me a little bag to, take with me. And, I'll put my headphones in there, my phone. I love this little, tripod here. This, comes in handy. I'll find out where, I got these. I think I got this one at Walmart. I'll find out who makes them, so you guys can go ahead and get one. We had a cool weekend. We started out on Friday right here in the live, and then we did a awesome video on Saturday night right here in the group, and I can't believe it, guys. There's maybe over 20-25 people right in the live, and that's awesome. Thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. That is so awesome. Anyways, we're working on issue 9 of the magazine. So if you guys, we have issue 9 coming out. Hard to believe. One more, and then we have 10 under our belt. That is so cool. It's all because you guys there. If you think about it, guys, that little post that I put up probably a few weeks back when I was jumping into number 9, I put that I need 20 picks, 20 you guys to send in, right? And how many people we had view that post I put up like a couple weeks ago? We had 96.4 thousand people that came in and viewed that post. How many people sent sent submissions of their truck? Guess. 635 folks uploaded a photo of their beloved truck or build. That was so cool. By the way, guys, you're watching this on YouTube. Sorry, we don't feature OBS. It's not an OBS magazine. It's square body and C10 trucks. Just square body and C10 trucks. That is it. No square body, and we have I guess it's a AI security on over on the Facebook page. So if you guys know the group and you're commenting or trying to text me all the time, and you're I had a couple guys text me over the weekend. Excuse me. They text me and they said, excuse me. They said, you're the owner of this group here, C10 America, right? And I'm all, yes sir, I am. And they're all, well, I put a post up a couple of days ago, and it's still pending. Why cannot I post to other groups, and my stuff gets approved all the time, and stuff. Well, for one thing, they're not in another group. They're in our group, C10 America. And we have a process we go through in our group. And that process is we go through everybody one by one. And even though I have 4 other moderators in the group, they all work. They all have other jobs. Okay, my main job is this group, this YouTube channel, doing the lives, doing that podcast right back there, doing the magazine. And so the reason why is because the group over on Facebook is becoming popular. Everybody wants to get into the group and they want to chime in to the conversation. They might not be a member yet, but they become a member, and they think right away after they become a member, they're gonna be able to post right away. Well, it don't work like that, because if there's 10 other people ahead of you, and then you join, you try and post, you're gonna be put back to the end of the line. We have a process that we do to approve everybody, and I know maybe nothing wrong with other C10 groups out there, other groups. They run it how they see fit. We run our group how we see fit. And I know from other groups, they're more stringent, more tough than our group and all that. But if you look at our group, there's hardly any spam in our group, and that is because what people do not know is I'm watching the entire group. I'm in that group every day, every hour of every day. I'm in that group. This is what I do full time. So this is my job, and if somebody puts something up that does not go with the rules, or it goes against the rules and all that, I don't contact you. I don't say, hey, that don't belong in the group. We can't do that. Yeah. If it don't belong in the group, boom, I take it out. If you say something bad to one of our members, boom, take it out. It's not gonna keep going. It's not gonna build into something. Maybe it's nothing when maybe a bad actor or something put something in our group. We're not gonna let it sit there and kind of just grow legs and then let other people chime on to it. No, before it even grows legs and goes out there to infect our awesome group, we get rid of it. It's like something bad that we just throw out of the group, and that. Anyways, on Saturday we did a live over in the group, and sometimes I'll do one, sometimes I won't, but we did one because we were looking for check this out, guys. We were looking for the one truck for the cover of issue number 9, and I got over 44.7 thousand views. Let me see. I throw it away. We got over 44.7 thousand views, and I got 400 submissions from you guys out there. I mean, this is YouTube, but 400 people from Facebook, uploaded a picture, of their truck to be on the front cover of, issue number 9, C10 America. How cool is that? So I picked a truck, and I wanted to go online and tell everybody, the owners' names I chose and all that. But for C10 America Magazine Issue number 9 front cover, it is a 1969 seafoam green. Awesome, C10 truck. that goes by, the name of Cream Puff. They're out of Dublin, Virginia. That is Dublin, Virginia. Uh, it was built by Robbie Smith and his awesome wife, Carrie Smith, out of Dublin, Virginia. Excuse me. Now, over the weekend, I talked to Carrie for a bit. She said that Robbie is a big time, driver, big rig driver. I'm not sure if it's just city to city or out of state or whatever, but he's a big time driver. And Carrie said that she is the one that painted that awesome truck. We'll see if we can put it down below somewhere, maybe put it up so you guys can check it out. But anyways, Carrie said she's the one that painted the truck. That is so cool. And man, the paint job on that thing is wicked, my man. It is awesome. It's off the chain. Anyways, I talked to Carrie early morning. This is how my Saturday went. Okay, I slept in because during the week, guys, I get up at 4:00 in the morning. Monday through Friday. On the weekend, pardon me. On the weekend, that's my time to sleep in, kind of recharge from the week and all that stuff. So anyways, I woke up. I get a text in the morning. I look at the phone in the morning, right? And it's a text from Carrie, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? And I guess she was so excited that we picked her for, the front cover that she said, dude, you know what? I'm getting up, going out to wash my truck, get my trucks ready, and then I'll probably drive around town or drive into town to find, an awesome spot, awesome background to, photograph, the truck. How cool is that? I love folks out there like that are very, very, they're very, very passionate, about being in, C10 America. And that's what C10 America is all about. It's all about, the small guys out there, And we did that with Busted, but I think the only thing with Busted, we wanted to stay Texas. And we didn't listen to other people, and they said you should branch out, go out, and we didn't do that. But hence, that is, kind of why, Dad and myself named it Busted Knuckle, Rod, and Truck Magazine. And, I had to throw, that truck in there because, let's be honest, who does not love a truck? And, I love, C10 trucks. And, I love, America, where I live, family and friends, and, all that. So I thought, why not go ahead and put, two of the best things, the awesome things that, I loved together, and then kind of marry them together, tie them up in a little bow, and just say, boom, here you go. And if you're thinking, well, okay, how long has the magazine been around? When did, your magazine start? Well, magazine has been around for three years. Started on December 9th, 2022, over on Dad's patio. Uh, the thought of starting the group, uh, me, my wife, my dad, uh, we all talked about, me starting a group. And it was just on that day, it was early in the morning, not even sun up yet. It was so cold out there. We had like probably a blanket on. It was cold. The dew was in, the air coming down underneath, the street light. It was still kind of dark out there. Miss Terry, my girlfriend at the time, wife now, she had, she would drink coffee because, the coffee is all, steaming, and stuff like that. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper, which now I'm drinking a lot more. I'm trying to drink, a lot more water and less, soda, now in moderation. And so I was out there and yeah, I started, the entire group right on. Oh, by the way, there's our wedding, picture. If you can see it right here, a wedding picture right there. But anyway, that was over at, my mother-in-law and father-in-law's, house in their backyard. They have an awesome, backyard. It's pretty bitch, and they have like a little stream going through, the yard. It's all good. I think two big gazebos out there. It's pretty cool. So, anyways, we took and we're sitting on, I think, the Adirondack chairs, on Dad's back patio. And, I'm thinking about starting a group. So, I'm all, well, I love C10s. I love, America. And so I put it together and started the group over on Facebook with 0 members. So no members whatsoever. And, it just caught on like wildfire, and it took off. And then, I do have to give a shout out to, my buddy Andy Welch. He took and he promoted, the group. Did a couple of his friends and members in his thing, in his group and all that. Then we got some people from there, and it kind of started growing. And I think after Andy did that, Andy's big time known in, C10s and all that. And we thank Andy for, doing that, helping us out and all that. And, it just blew up, it just blew up, I think, from there. That was, so awesome. So, anyways, I want to congratulate Robbie Smith and, Carrie Smith, husband and, wife, doing, this awesome build. I think they did it at home in their garage and, all that. So that is, so, cool. I love to hear, when you guys, your husbands or your wives get together with you and help you on builds in, the garage. And, you guys are helping when we're out there late at night in the shop, in the garage, underneath, the C10, fixing, their brake line, fixing, something with the tranny. So, maybe it's not shifting right. Maybe we're under there trying to play with, the tranny. Maybe do something to, their head, whatever. And then our awesome, wives bring us, a sandwich out there, as my buddy Dan would say, sandwich. Bring a sandwich out there on a paper plate and an ice cold Dr. Pepper. You know, there's some wives out there that do that for, their hubbies and all that. You guys, you're awesome. We thank you. Me, if I can speak for, all the guys that, they're up late at night and they build, these awesome badass, trucks. They're always in the garage, grinding, welding, trying to get that truck done for, that show that's coming up on Saturday or, Sunday morning. I want to say on behalf of all of us guys, tell the wives and all that support their hubbies and what they do. Thank you. We love you guys out there. And you know what? For somebody to even believe in what we do as much as, what we believe in it, that is, so cool. That's why we married you guys out there. And, that is, so cool. Anyways, real quick, we're at 5:26. I'm gonna take, and this will be, we started, I think 4:30, or yeah, I think or no, we started at 5 o'clock. So I'm not going for half an hour. Excuse me, I'm going for, the full hour. So we'll cut this off at, 6. Anyways, 6 a.m. Excuse me. Anyways, let me address, the elephant in the room. You guys probably have been staring at it for, a bit. It's over my right shoulder. It's right here. That is a mock-up of, the book we'll be writing. It's not the actual book. It's my wife's book right here. But I'm trying to figure out, the front cover. On the actual book, it will not have, the white around it. The background will be a full bleed to, each side. But I accidentally made it smaller. I didn't mean to, but I made it smaller. So that's why I get, that white background. Anyways, I'll be writing a book here, and it says the spark, the fear, the doubt, and the challenge. We named it the grind. The grind is pretty much what I did for I didn't just do it for the 3 years that I started C10 America, because even starting, the Hot Rod magazine with Dad, that right there was, the starting point for, C10 America. That right there was, the spark that started right back there. Now, for, our friends out there that can't see us on the podcast, C10 America Talks, we're holding our book in our hand. On the title, it says The Grind. It has a picture of a fuse, a lit fuse, like a spark on the fuse. And then right down below that, in the middle, it says the spark, the fear, the doubt, and the challenge. Texas rich, kind of bigger than everything else, and is the story behind, C10 America. So anyways, this book right back here, it'll be 150 pages. It'll be 15 chapters, And then we're looking at 10 pages per chapter. And so if you add all that up, it comes out to a 150 page, book. We have chapter 1 done in, the books. So I have that written. That's right back there on the podcast table. But we're going to keep on, writing. We probably expect, the book to come out in probably 6 months. We're hoping earlier because I cannot write all the time. Some nights I am so tired from working here, in the studio. I come on, please, guys. I get up at 4:00 in the morning, Monday through Friday, and then I work on Mental Prints, a magazine. I do videos, do lives, all that, and so after I get done with that, I want to go veg out. I want to go relax, kind of recharge, the batteries. And I don't really want to pull up a chair and start writing, because I get, kind of more, burnout. But you never know. Sometimes I might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to write one paragraph. So maybe that's what I should do. I should think about, when I'm, tired like that, and see if I can at least write, one paragraph, if, anything. Anyways, guys, found, this card right here. I want to say a big shout out to, the Square Bodies of Texas, right here in Texas. Square Bodies of, Texas. They're located at 3200 Brent Road, Longview, Texas. 75604. 75604. You can take in. They're on IG at Square Bodies of Texas. That is short for Instagram. IG Square Bodies of Texas. Phone number, if you want to give them a little ringy dingy, you can do so at a 903 area code 387-6797. So that number again, 903 area code 387-6797. And then, let's see. If you want to email them, it's honcho of ABO. It's honcho of ABO5 at gmail.com. Honcho of ABO5 at gmail.com. Let you guys see, the card right here. Turn the card so you guys see it right there. Anyways, go, check them out. Before I get out of here, I want to show you guys, we do some awesome metal prints here. This is 11 by 14 right here. That is freaking awesome. Now, when I say 11 by 14, that is a great size. But some of the guys and gals out there, they've been ordering bigger sizes, and it depends on what you guys have, depending on wall space. So if you have a bigger area on the wall where you could, pardon me, the nose, where you can, hang something, I would say go, maybe if you don't want to go, the 11 by 14 or, the big one, 20 by 30. We have a medium one, go 16 by 20. And, if you hear me all the time say, the metal print and the metal feature, excuse me, and you think they're, pardon me, the same, they're not, they're different. I'll tell you why. The metal feature is everybody we feature in the magazine, only people in the magazine can get a metal feature, period. You need to be chosen by us and featured, and then you can buy a metal feature. That is our way of, keeping, our hand on, the metal features and keeping them, special and unique and, all that stuff. Not everybody has them. Only the people that have been featured have them. You had this other one that we did. We shot this probably about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we shot this down in, awesome Graham, Texas. And matter of fact, the photos I'm showing you, they're metal prints. They're not the features. The print is only the photo of, the truck, and stuff like that. And then this was back when we owned, the magazine, Hot Rod Magazine. This was shot, probably a couple years ago, right down in the stockyards, the new stockyard, addition, Mule Alley, right down there. I believe that's a 1954 Chevy. So that was, awesome. He wanted a metal print, and the metal prints are $99. If you were a member over in the group, if you're not a member, they're $125. Shipping on that is $25. When they arrive, they ship to you. They arrive to you in about 2 weeks. So you're looking about, 2 weeks. Anyways, this is a metal feature. Those other ones I showed you, they were metal prints because they were only, the picture of, the truck itself. This here is a metal feature. Now, if we put you in the magazine right here, we take and we mock you up in the magazine as a feature. We take and we feature you in the magazine. So hence, metal feature. Those are still same price, $125 if you're not a member. But guess what? If you're not a member, we don't feature you. So scrap that from your mind. We only feature members, in, the group, or at least we try and feature members in the group. I don't know, we might have had some people that told us they were members, but we try and always look to see if you guys are, members before we, feature, everybody out there for, the magazine. Then when we're also shooting for the Hot Rod Magazine, I had shot this right down there at, this was the old grocery store right down in, the stockyards. How cool was that? And I believe that guy, he's from down in Waco, and dude, he drove all this way to, the stockyards to be in our Hot Rod magazine. That is so, so cool. And then we took and we featured Justin Durant. He has, this awesome square body. I forget the actual year, but he has a square body that it was his dad's old truck, and I guess he got it from his dad. He bought it from his dad, but him and his dad, they took and they trailered, that truck all the way down from Oklahoma. They brought it down just so we could shoot it, at the stockyards. How cool! How cool is that? That's, awesome. So, anyways, it our old YouTube page, we had all the busted videos that when we did photo shoots of, cars and, trucks, we took and we put them on, YouTube and, all that stuff. And there was like so many of them. And so now pretty much we have, all you guys out there, over in, the group, you're the photographer. You go out there, we tell you what kind of background we're looking for, maybe an old building, brick building, maybe a old train station, train depot, maybe an old police station, old fire station, maybe, something like landmark in, your town, your state, and, the best thing is whenever we dig and we put a post up over in the group where we're looking for, 20 new trucks for, the next issue, my little piece of advice to, everybody out there is when you have a moment, I know some people work, the 9 to 5, and all that. I work the 4 to midnight, shift. Usually I get tired out, and then, sometimes it winds up to be 4 a.m. to 9 o'clock at night, most days usually. But nonetheless, you guys go ahead and submit, those, photos right away. When we put up a post that we're looking for 20, you're better. I think you're in a better sense or a better place to upload it right then and, there, get it out of the way. And what would I say? A little piece of, advice to you guys, if you're thinking about, submitting, your photos or whatever over in the group for, issue number 10 or whatever. I'm not telling you guys to do it now. I'm just laying out how to do it. I would take in, you guys out there, when you have, some free time or, a free, weekend or something like that, maybe You're sitting around gonna watch a movie or relax or something like that, not working, on the truck or whatever. Do me a favor, try this. Take that, that awesome build, that awesome truck out. Maybe if it's even around, your house, on the street, find a nice, backdrop, for, that truck, whatever, right? And I would take and go out there and take pictures of the truck and then do two paragraphs, one about you, one about, the truck. And don't worry, we'll write a bitchin' awesome article. We need 2 paragraphs from you guys to, start, the story. Have, a certain point for the story to begin and then, to end. So we'll take and we'll fill in, the whole in between and, all that. So, anyways, yeah, I would just say rather than wait for us to, contact you and, tell you, you never know. We might pick your truck because, some people in the past, I've really liked their, truck, and I picked their truck, and then, it takes, maybe, excuse me, maybe, 3-4 days to get, pardon me, 3-4 days to, get your photographs and, all that for, the truck. And then, I might get, the photographs, but then I don't have, the story. So then I have to wait, another day, another 2 days for, the stories. So I waited 4 days for the pics. I wait 2 more days for the stories. So 4, 5, 6, you got almost a full week, Well, you do. You got a full week and one Saturday. And so if you know me, guys, I like to, if I can, I want to get stuff done right then and, there. If, if everything's right in front of me, I have everything I need to get the job done, I want to get it done. If I can, I want to get it as soon as, I can, and then, boom, I get it, done. But we have, I think on issue 9, we've done good so far. We have probably about 7-8 people so far that sent other photos in. We have, a couple more that we're working on getting. But me, rather than waiting for, everybody else to submit their stuff, today I'm getting right back into, design mode. So since I'm not doing, the live today over in Facebook, I'll be working on, the magazine because I'm headed over to Dad's. We had to take Dad to, the doctor for, his other, eye. He's good, and, he just having, the other eye fixed. So, you can see real good. Anyways, we have a new t-shirt, coming out. I need to design it. But my brother over in Colorado, brother from another mother, we're in Colorado. I want to say a big shout out to Roller over there in Colorado. He has this new awesome show. It's called Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. You guys want to go check it out? He does a show every Wednesday night and every Sunday night, so you guys got to go listen, and it is so cool. He just got his website built, so he's gonna put a lot of his videos over on the site, and is gonna be so cool, over there. So, and plus motors and music. Not only does he talk about hot rods and trucks and motorcycles and all that, but if you're doing some of that new AI music where you're writing the song, then you put it into your AI music to give you the genre, maybe country, blues, rock and roll, whatever it might be, insert name here. And then you need, maybe a male voice or a female voice or, a Spanish speaking, voice, whatever, he wants to hear from you guys. And he even said in the past that he's going to take and give you guys a platform to, play all your music over on, his, site on that. Anyways, he gave me this awesome idea for a t-shirt. I think he wrote a song about it, or I don't know, something, but a new t-shirt. It was a Brothers in Arms of, C10 America. And so that is going to be pretty cool, I think. Anyways, we're at 5:52, almost out of here, guys. We brought, the Hot Wheels giveaway back over on, the website. All you need to do is go to www.c10americamagazine.com and look for, that secret word. I'm not telling you guys. It's over on, the website. You find it, and boom, you won a Hot Wheel. And don't worry, I know they're Hot Wheels, Hot Wheel car. We're going to be working on trying to get awesome, C10. So maybe we'll take it and maybe I'll do a little video real quick right here. Hey, Mattel. Hey, Hot Wheels. How you doing? This is Rich, Texas Rich, over at C10 America. We're doing, the Hot Wheels giveaways on our website. We let everybody go to the website. They find a secret word, and they win a Hot Wheel. We're looking for, somebody out there that wants to sponsor, the Hot Wheels giveaway. And since we're a, truck group right on Facebook, and then we're trying to expand over on YouTube, we're looking at getting, some Hot Wheels of, awesome, C10 trucks and square bodies, because, that is what our group is, C10 America. So if you guys want to become a daily sponsor, or over on Facebook or right here on YouTube, you can email me directly. Texas, all spelled out, Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. That is Texas, all spelled out, Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. Contact me. Let's do something. We have, I don't know if you guys watched the entire video, but we have We have 81.4 thousand members over, in the group and all that. And we have a lot of people every day going to the site and, they're interacting with us. They're giving us thumbs up, high fives. They're Hot Wheels, Montel. I put a post up, probably last week, sometime, looking for trucks for the magazine. We got 96.4 thousand views, eyeballs on there, okay? We got 635 submissions of people that wanted to be in the magazine. That's freaking awesome. So we need your help, Hot Wheels and Montel. We want to partner with you guys. And then, by the way, we have something like 5 awesome guys that work with me with the group here. They're scattered all throughout different states and all that. We want to make a C10 America collection with all our trucks, and we want to be able to put that in maybe a little combo pack and offer that over on the website. I can give you more info. Just email me the email that I gave you, texasrich@c10americamagazine.com. Contact me. We want to give away some awesome C10 trucks and all that. We love the Hot Wheels, the hot rod cars and trucks. It's awesome. But since we're a group of only C10 trucks, I want to give away C10 trucks. And then real quick before we get out of here, guys, we put together an awesome sticker pack right here. You can get your sticker pack by going to www.c10americamagazine.com. That is www.c10americamagazine.com. You get a 4-pack for only, $10. But guess what, guys? I'm gonna give you another decal. This is from the old Hot Rod magazine. When they're gone, they're gone. We're not reprinting these, guys. And then we'll give you another, C10 America Stars decal right there, just for getting, the sticker pack. It was a 4-pack, became a 5-pack. Now it's a 6-pack. Now it's not the kind you drink, guys. I wish it was at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock somewhere. Sound like a little parrot. 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock, Anyways, we're at 5:58, 2 until 6 this morning. It's been great seeing you guys here on, the Monday morning wake-up call. And then you guys are listening over on, you're over on, C10 America, Talks. That is awesome over there. Anyways, one thing I need to do today, another thing, I need to make more order forms for, the metal prints. I am down to 1 sheet, left. And what that means is, dude, you guys, you're off the chain out there. You're ordering all these metal prints. Dude, I'm going to have to hire somebody. It's like, I'm going to have to hire somebody to take and go ship these metal prints and to package I mean, that is, so, cool. So, well, maybe I'll take and, if I need to hire somebody, I'll hire, my dad, and have him, come over and box up these metal prints, all that. So, anyways, guys, it is 6 o'clock straight up. We're going to take and get out of here. We love you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. And we'll be up over on YouTube here in a bit. I need to put, my little soundtrack kind of before, or at, the end of this. We love you. We love you guys out there on C10 America, talks. And this has been, another awesome Monday edition of, the morning wake-up call right here on YouTube. We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, smile, and keep it classic. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.